We've invited you here as the Law Society to announce to you the launch of an countrywide crackdown on masqueraders and quacks. We have received several complaints from members of the public and also members of the Law Society about people out there masquerading as advocates and offering legal services to unsuspecting members of the public. This is a campaign that is going to be carried out countrywide in conjunction with the 8 branches of the Law Society. And today we have started this operation in Nairobi. We are working very closely with the National Police Service and also the Director of Public Prosecutions to ensure that those who are nabbed in this exercise, that appropriate charges are leveled against them. We would also be closely following up on those that are arrested during this period and the periods subsequent to this to ensure that we appear in court to oppose their being released, because we have noticed that when you arrest one masquerader in one town, they close shop and appear in another town and they continue to practice. We also encourage members of the public, before you engage an advocate, kindly go to the LSK website, check his or her status on the online portal to confirm that they are licensed to practice in that particular year. We also wish to ask our members, those who have not taken out their practicing certificates, to desist from any sort of practice, because if they engage in practice without a license, then they are engaging in professional misconduct, and we will, during this period, find them and take appropriate action. We'd also want to warn pupils who are still undergoing training that the law does not allow them to appear in court or to sit in an advocate's office and take instructions and conduct themselves as advocates. In the event that that information is brought to our attention, then at the time when they would be making an application to be admitted, the Law Society is usually required to give comments. And having engaged in unprofessional conduct, the Law Society would be objecting to their admission into the bar. So to avoid facing such drastic consequences, they should desist from appearing in court, from presiding over these branch officers and working with these quacks, because the consequences of such an action would be lifetime.
Today, this morning, in conjunction with our director, as well as members of the Law Society of Kenya, we have taken the opportunity to raid down a few offices which we had received complaints from members of the public as well as members of our society, and we have nabbed a few. We have taken them to the police station where we shall open proceedings against them. Let this be a warning to anyone out there, anyone who does not hold a practicing certificate, that members have complained and we are not ready to share our bread and butter with people who don't have licenses to practice as advocates. So from today henceforth, we want to run a campaign that is geared towards arresting and ensuring prosecution of anyone who is practicing, or rather who is purporting to practice as an advocate. we are happy as a society that in conjunction with the branches have already taken up the mandate to ensure that no quacks are appearing in court. We have seen around the country so many people have been arrested, and therefore we are sending a very stern warning to anyone out there that henceforth we are taking all the relevant measures to ensure that the legal practice in Kenya is protected, and also for the purposes of the common mwananchi, those who do not know that appearing before a person in an office does not mean this person is an advocate, even though they are in an advocate's firm. So for purposes of the local mwananchi, we are requesting that before you give instructions to any person out there purporting to be an advocate, kindly check with our LSK portal search engine, where we usually indicate whether a person, first of all, is an advocate, and secondly, if that advocate has taken out a practicing certificate for each of the practicing years that he is practicing. So we don't have much. We just want to let it go out there so that people don't say we have ambushed them. When we find out that you are doing legal practice, we will take all the necessary machinery that we have in the society to ensure that you've been arrested and prosecuted.